Hi everyone, Choc here from AvSim. Here's a quick look at Carenado's latest release. This is the Diamond DA62, which is the slightly larger version of the Diamond DA42 Twin Star, which Carenado, or rather Alabeo, I suppose their sister company, make a version of, and that's a very nice aeroplane. So this is the slightly larger version that's got a slightly higher service ceiling, and I think it's a tiny bit faster, but not necessarily that much. So let's have a bit of a nosy at it. So first, let's have a look at the outside. You can see that we have a nosy at the outside. It's the usual very pretty Carenado stuff with good modelling. It's one thing Carenado can get right. It's external modelling and texturing. So that's well up to their usual standard. If we go inside, you can see that's no different on the inside. Very nice texturing, including the sort of material of the headlining there, very nicely done. You got a bit of fingerprints going on the avionics screens there. So the usual high standard of Carenado stuff. So let's get this thing in the air and have a bit of a mess around, shall we? Let's get the battery master on and the avionics master on, and make sure the fuel pumps are on, and the master switches for the engines are on. And let's have a bit of a nosy down there. Probably crack the throttles a little bit. Like that. Don't need the auxiliary pumps on. Fuel tanks are selected there, but since I'm going to start the engines, I probably want the position lights on. So I'll get those things on. And this thing here, I don't think we want it on that loading screen, so let's get it on there, and let's see, what do we want? Map, like that. Traffic alerts on because we're at a large airport, and we'll zoom in on it a bit. I'm at UK 2000's EGGP, i.e. Liverpool John Lennon Airport at the moment. So if you're wondering what the scenery, that's what that is. And if you're wondering what the AI aeroplanes are, should you see any, they're just flights, traffic, global. So if you see any planes driving around, let's see if there's some about. Yeah, down that way you can see a few EasyJet Airbuses and stuff like that. So they're traffic global, not the static airplanes from the scenery. Anyway, let's get this thing cranked up. So parking brakes are on. Nobody's outside. I'm not going to go to the extent of shouting clear, but here we go. Up now. You probably know, if you know anything about Diamond aircraft, that a lot of them use diesel engines, and this one is no exception. Let's start the other engine. So one of the things that you don't find on these is you don't find any sort of like mixture controls or anything like that. It's just literally a throttle because it's a diesel engine. It's one of the reasons why airlines use these, the DA42, to train people. So very pretty, as you'd expect from Carenado. So let's get it up in the air. So we get the taxi light on, boom, like that. And tell you what, we'll have the landing lights on. Won't put the strobes on because we're not on the runway yet. Parking brake release, boom. We'll have a bit of flaps, although probably should wait until I'm on the runway to do that. So away we go. Now, I should point out here that if you hear any sort of rattling and squeaking, it is because I've got A2A's AccuFeel add-on on here. So if you hear any sort of brake squeals and what have you, they won't necessarily be down to what Carenado has done. If I trim it, I've also got real trim on, so if I'm trimming this thing, I'm going to be trimming it with the joystick using that real trim thing, that thing there, because I prefer that to using the sort of rubbish trim commands that there are in P3D. Oh, the clouds and the weather is active sky and active sky cloud art. Surrounding terrain is Orbix or Orbex, depending on how you pronounce that. There, England scenery or UK scenery or whatever it is. So there you go. Right, we're on the runway. Just give it a quick run-up test. Yeah, seems to be all right. So away we go. Speed alive there. There we go, 85 knots. 95. We're up in the air. There she goes. On that external view you could see one of Traffic Global's Ryanair 737s going down the taxiway. So there you go, if you're curious about Traffic Global, yes it does work. Although that one needs a bit of work at the minute, but it does the job. Right, so we'll have the flaps up as well. There I am with no trim at the minute, so it's climbing. We'll roll back a little bit. Seems to fly very nicely. It seems to get a pretty good frame rate. The traffic is on I think 50%, which is, you know, maybe realistic is going to be about 60%. But since I'm streaming this to Fraps, I drop the traffic a little bit. But the scenery itself is up quite high. So you can see I've got a lot of the auto gen on the trees and things like that. And this plane appears to be getting pretty good frame rate. As you can see, it's really struggling at all, and I'm whizzing that view around a bit. So let's do the other good old test that you want to do with a twin. Stop one of the engines. So let's do a bit of that, shall we? And there it goes. And we're now we're getting a bit of yaw on there. So if we want to keep this going straight, we can do that quite easily. Now for those of you that do fly twins for real, you're probably going to want to know what it turns like towards the live engine, so let's give it a bit of that. And that's sort of yawing a bit. I don't think you can push your luck too much, but it's doing okay. It's getting round. Of course, going the other way, you've got to be careful that you don't put the thing into a spin. So handling wise, it's kind of believable, and it's certainly very pretty. I have to say I'm impressed with the frame rates of it, because you've got two versions in this package from Carenado. You've got a sort of full-on version, and you've got a light version, and I've got a full-on version here. So I'm presuming if you use the light version, you would, let's get that thing cranked up again, you would probably get even better frame rates. Back being a twin. Now of course the avionics, this is the that kind of stuff. And obviously you could swap these avionics out. They're the Carenado ones. You could swap them out for fancier ones, but you know, they kind of do the job. They're okay. But if you like souping up your avionics, obviously you can do all that if you want to. So let's bring this thing in for a landing. So probably want some flaps down. Do that. We'll get a bit more. The warning you can hear there is because I'm closing the throttle and I haven't got the gear down. So I'm going to get the gear down. And there's the gear coming down. Should stop that warning. Which it has done. Yeah. I'm not going to spend ages lining this thing up. And I'm not going to worry too much about air traffic control.
Traffic.
There you go. So
Traffic.
I'm getting a traffic warning. That's probably something at the airport.
Traffic.
I could turn that off all
Traffic.
too.
Traffic. Traffic. Traffic.
Now, you can see what that is. Let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Let's get the gear up and the flaps up. That'll be that Ryanair 737. Obviously I don't recommend you do this sort of thing in real life, but quick preview of Traffic Global as well. There you go, one Ryanair 737. And some other good stuff queuing up there. There you go, got an EasyJet Airbus and another Ryanair. So there you go. Traffic Global preview as well as a preview of this Carenado. Anyway, what I shall do is I'll turn it around and give it a landing. Now, of course, in reality, with all that stuff waiting to take off, I don't imagine air traffic control would be too happy about me doing this sort of thing, but hopefully those aeroplanes will be out of the way by the time I come out for a landing, and if they're not, I'm going to land it anyway. Oh, you can notice there that I've got the road traffic on as well, so I haven't really cheated with this and turned off the settings. You can see that I've got some cars and trucks driving about. I'm going to go back on the cockpit view to turn this. Let's get that thing round. This actually flies quite nicely. I've not had to use that reel trim yet, but that's another nice thing. If you don't like the way FSX or P3D trim things, and it's not very realistic using the little buttons and what have you. If you don't like the way that does that, I'd recommend giving that real trim a bit of a look. It's certainly a little bit more realistic. Anyway, here we go. I'm not going to worry too much about making this some kind of beautiful approach or anything like that. That's a 737 lining up to take off, and there's an A320 going off the runway. We're going to have to go over the top of this. This is what I like to call a Harrison Ford manoeuvre. Right at John Wayne Airport, I think it was, wasn't it, that he did that? Came over a 737. Whereas I'm doing it at John Lennon, so it seems to be a thing to do at airports named after John. That squealing noise is not a Carenado sound, that's the A2A ACU feed add-on doing that, as is a bit of the jolting and stuff like that. So Let's have them flaps up, and we won't upset that Ryanair 737 too much. We'll get off the runway. There you go. Of course, I don't think you'd be wanting to do that in reality if you wanted to keep your pilot's license, but then again, that's the nice thing about flight simulators. You can do what the hell you want, because it's your airport, and especially if it's add-on scenery, you paid for it. So you can do what the hell you like. Anyway, there you go. Oh, there is a way. That's he didn't seem to worry too much about us being on the runway. So there you go. Carenado's shiny new DA62. Oh, just a quick look at it, really. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Kind of fun, and not actually that expensive either. So you know, definitely worth a look. I think it's actually a little bit prettier and a little more sophisticated than the DA42, which is the Alabama one. So you know, if you were going to go for one of them, I'd say go for this Carenado one rather than the Alabama one, because this thing's a bit fancier and a bit prettier and a bit newer, and probably more useful in that it's I think it's a 7-seater if I remember rightly, the DA62. Certainly if it isn't a 7-seater, it's a 6-seater, so certainly it's got a bit more cargo capacity. But anyway, there you go, and because it's my airport, I can stop on the taxiways and park there if I like, so I'm going to do that. So there's my parking brake on, let's just chop the throttle on those. There you go. So Carenado's new DA62, quite nice.